It could soon be legal to use magic mushrooms and other psychedelics under the supervision of a licensed therapist in the state of California.
New bipartisan legislation aims to approve this type of therapy to address the state's mental health crisis. CBS 8's Richard Allen is here with more on who this bill will help, as well as the local legislator who's behind it. Richard?
Well, that's right, you guys. You might remember that last year, Governor Newsom vetoed legislation that would have decriminalized the possession and personal use of hallucinogens like magic mushrooms. At the same time, though, the governor requested lawmakers work on therapeutic guidelines for using these drugs under the supervision of a trained and licensed facilitator, which is what this new bill aims to do.
There was nothing I could point to that made me happy, so I knew something had to change. Otherwise, I kind of feared the worst at that point.
Speaking to CBS 8 earlier, combat veteran Jesse Gould, suffering from intense PTSD, finally found relief for his war trauma through psychedelic treatment.
By the end of it, it was extremely apparent that it was completely different from what I had been told the evil drugs are.
And now a bipartisan bill is working its way through the state legislature that would legalize this form of therapy in California for those 21 and over, using psychedelics like psilocybin, also known as magic mushrooms, as well as DMT, MDMA, and mescaline, under the supervision of a licensed therapist.
As we know, California is experiencing a severe mental health crisis.
Republican Assemblymember Marie Waldron, who represents parts of North County, is teaming up with Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener on this bill. Waldron says these drugs show promise in treating a number of mental health challenges, including PTSD, depression, and suicidal tendencies.
It's also particularly beneficial to those on the front lines, such as our veterans and first responders.
Well, we're taking a science-based approach to this issue.
Senator Wiener points out that many people are currently using these substances despite being illegal.
And the question is it safer for people to use in the shadows where they hide, or is it safer to use in the sunlight and feel safe getting accurate information about how to be safe?
Some groups, like the California Family Council, are already voicing their opposition, encouraging legislators to vote down the bill.
You know, I understand that there are some people who have concerns about drugs. There are organizations like the California Family Council that are just very ideological about the issue. I'm trying not to be ideological and just to look at the science.
And currently, psychedelic mushrooms are decriminalized in Colorado and Oregon, which have set up programs to use them therapeutically. Also, here in California, the cities of San Francisco, Oakland, and Santa Cruz have decriminalized the possession of these drugs.
And now statewide, we're possibly looking at
possibly, but under therapeutic guidelines. Yeah. That's right.
And when could we see this?
Well, so if it passes the legislature and if the governor signs off on it, he didn't sign off on it last year. If he signs off on this new legislation this year, it's going to take some time to implement this new licensure program, maybe a couple years. So the earliest we could possibly see it is maybe 2026, more like 2027. So it would be a while.
And as the person that you profiled in your story, they're using it for medical purposes, which is
that guy actually went out of the country. He went to Peru to do that. So people are doing this out of the country, Mexico, Peru, other countries like that. But here in California, it is not legal at this point.
All right, we'll keep watching it. Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you.